Good morning, everybody. So today I wanted to talk about something that isn't usually talked a lot about when it comes to dialysis and kidney disease, um, and that is the collection of urine. It is a interesting relationship that your bladder, your liver, and your kidney all have with each other, and apparently at some point when you have kidney disease, and depending on what type of care you get, whether it's hemodialysis or PD dialysis, you will have an issue with peeing. And so I thought I would talk about that today because the other day I did my collection, and when I do my collection, I have to take my bags with me, the filled bags, or the bags I've drained into, because they have to check to make sure that I'm actually pulling, that I think the quality of what I'm pulling is good. They check the quantity and the amount of urine that I'm producing. So you take a good 24 hours and you collect all of that urine into a jug. From that point, I guess they figure out what is a good amount for you to be peeing naturally. And I think they base it on when you first start dialysis. So you do a collection then to see how much you're peeing. And then, 4 years later, they're checking to see if that has gone down or if that has maintained the same. Eventually, from what I understand, we stop peeing. And I don't look forward to that because I feel like that's a really big indication of having kidney disease. Even though I know I have it, it's something that just doesn't really weigh heavily on me. And there are kind of times that I just forget that I have kidney disease, or maybe how serious kidney disease is. And so I'm just over here living my best life. And but it's when I have my collections that I paused for a moment, like, oh, I wonder how much I am peeing. And I think it varies from people to people because we can't all be the same, but I'm pretty sure there's a good range. I feel like, though, this last time that I collected was very low, but I will admit that I did not collect all of it because I didn't remember in the morning. So I ended up probably remembering around 10 o'clock in the morning, and then from there on, for 24 hours, or from there on, I went ahead and collected, because you do a 24-hour collection, and so really, I just spaced. And so that number that is there that was collected is not true necessarily, but at the same time, it's close to true. So I was telling Donnie, I was like, I wonder how much water I actually drink. I do keep a bottle of water next to my bed at night, and I usually drink it all overnight. During the day, I have a very bad habit of opening several water bottles and just leaving them everywhere. So, like, I'll have one on my tray, I'll have one on my dresser, or two. Sometimes I drink some of Donnie's. I'll have one in the kitchen. Usually I have one in the living room where I do a lot of my video activity. And so I don't really know how much I'm drinking. And I know, like, in the past, probably the last year, there's been this trend about getting water bottles that show you, like, that kind of check off how much water you're drinking throughout the day, so that you fill it up in the morning and then you figure out how much you drank that day, and it encourages you, like, it's 3 o'clock, you should be at this point of drinking water. Well, I don't really go by that at all because, one, I don't have one of those bottles, and two, like I said, I have water bottles everywhere, so whenever I'm thirsty, I just go and grab another water bottle. Or I should say a bottle of water, because it's that habit of just grabbing one and drinking some of it, and then I whatever room I'm in, I'm drinking water out of that room, and so it's just it's kind of weird, really ridiculous, and I think because it's just me here all day, then I don't have to worry about people getting it. Although sometimes Charlie wants to drink some of the water, which I think is great. So anyways, I was shopping on Amazon and I found this $5 water bottle, which I think is really cool. You know, it's very easy. But on here it shows like the goals, I guess you would call it. So it's like, good morning, hydrate yourself, remember your goal, keep chugging, feeling awesome, don't give up, almost finished, you did it. And by 9 o'clock at night, you should have gotten to the point of you did it. So, you know, and for a lot of people, that's a really big challenge because a lot of people don't drink water enough. And it's a boring drink, I would say. So sometimes that's the difficult part about it. Also, I think that people don't realize they're drinking water necessarily when they have coffee, because that is water, or you have a cup of tea, hot tea, that is water. But there's other things that count as water, like watermelon, cantaloupes. I've been told that rice and pasta also count as liquid. So when you are on hemodialysis, you have to really be careful of how much liquid that you absorb. And you have to count those foods as liquid because you are not doing a dialysis exchange every day. I believe you're doing it like every other day or every 2 days, maybe once a week. I'm not sure. And I'm pretty sure it has to do with how much your body and your kidneys are detoxing you. So that's a whole other thing. But you know, rice holds water and so does pasta, and so you have to be very careful with that. So this is specifically for PD dialysis patients who are trying to stay hydrated. Now, I don't eat pasta except for once in a great while. And I've really cut down rice in general because we just don't eat it enough. And so I don't eat a lot of fruits and vegetables either because I'm more of a carnivore diet situation than I am the other things for many, many reasons. But I just wanted to make sure that I was getting my water intake. If I'm telling you guys to get your water intake, I want to make sure I was getting my water intake so I'm not like being hypocritical. So anyways, yesterday I filled up this bad boy, right? And I was like, okay, I'm going to see how much water I actually drink. So as I was drinking and I actually glanced at about 1 o'clock, like, where am I at on this thing? I was already like at almost finished. And I thought, oh, that's so funny because basically I drank the whole thing by like 1 o'clock, maybe 2. Plus I had coffee in the morning. I had finished a cup of water here. I'm like, okay, so I'm definitely getting enough water. At least that day I was getting enough water. But I think those things are really cool because it does encourage you to drink the water. It does kind of keep a score. And if you need help, it gives you a goal of how to drink water. My mom likes to put water flavors in her water. I don't trust the chemicals with that. And typically, some of them come with sugar. And I don't think that's good. But if you cannot stand water, I think it'd be better for you to use something like that than to go without anything. You know, and I try to avoid juices as much as possible. Even with Charlie, when he comes over, I give him a little cup that's spill proof because he's a spiller, and I buy Juicy Juice. I think that's the one. Or sometimes I buy toddler or baby juice because it has less sugar. But anyways, I fill up his little juice cup like halfway, and then the rest I dilute it with water, and then he drinks that. And then typically that's it. Like, he gets that little cup and that's it for the day. And then his other cup, which he's learning to not spill, I put water in that one, so in case he does spill, and does, then he's learning and it's not making a huge mess, right? but then he's also learning to drink the water. When he takes his nap, he'll have a cup of milk, and then I'll also, if he wakes up or he downs that, then I'll fill his milk cup with water so that he's getting that as well, so that he gets used to water. And he's not going to be one of those that doesn't like water, hopefully, because I don't know that he'll have kidney issues because I have kidney issues, but in today's world where we have such terrible food, I guess we're just going to be using water as a preventative to making sure that his system is flushed out. And remember, everything you put in your mouth gets filtered through your kidneys. So whether you're drinking something or eating something, your kidney knows. And it's like a sponge, like your kitchen sponge. Once that gets all gunked up, you toss it out. Well, we can't just toss out our kidney. Although with dialysis, it's kind of like you can. And in a lot of ways, it relieves the stress of your kidney so that your kidney can actually kick back in and do what it's supposed to do and kind of mend itself, because your body wants to keep you alive and it wants to come in and take care of you, and it'll do that, but it also needs to have you take care of you too. And a friend of mine and I were just talking about how when you are stage 3 kidney disease, how scary that is because you're overwhelmed with all of it at once. But the reality is like you can literally stay off of dialysis probably like 99% of the time, this is my belief, with a positive attitude and change in diet. And you can live a full life. Because your kidneys, like the rest of your body, is going to fail eventually as you age. Most people have kidney disease and have no idea because they're either so medicated for other diseases or other symptoms or other things, or just naturally you drift into your kidneys getting all gunked up, because that's just what happens in life. And so you can't really avoid it, but you can at the same time. But you have to choose to eat better. So anyways, I'm glad I got this water bottle. I filled it up again today, and I'm already at Don't Give Up, which is my 5 o'clock. And I'm proud of myself. Like, this makes me feel good. And it was only $5. It's not the best water bottle to have, and it was $5 because it was the black and gray color. I kind of wanted the purple one, but that one was like $12, and right now it's like, no. I just need a basic water bottle. I don't need to get all fancy. I could put stickers on there if I want to jazz it up. But basically, I'm glad that I have something that is going to encourage me as well to drink water, because you guys have heard me say there are days where I'm just so thirsty, or I haven't been drinking water, especially in the winter. And I think that's where this will come in really handy, is because summer you get hot, you naturally drink. In the winter you're not hot, so you don't naturally drink. So we'll see what happens in the summer or the winter when it cools down. I'm doing my exchanges, I'm freezing. Do I drink enough water? We'll have to figure that out when it comes. All right, I'm gonna go. Talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.